Hello everyone, my name is Sutton and welcome back to Either, Game of Preference. So, I like doing these Would You Rather kind of videos because, one, it seems like you guys kind of like them, and also it gives me a chance to just kind of discuss stuff. Because I found that, since I'm still new to all this YouTube stuff, I haven't really gotten amazing yet at doing commentary through games that don't just give me something to say. Like visual novels, for example. I've been playing a lot of those recently. And that's not to say that I don't like visual novels. I absolutely love them, and I play them mainly because I like them. But they're convenient for me as a YouTuber because, I don't have to do as much, improvising on my own when there's just stuff on the screen to read. And these are kind of good practice for me because it gives me a chance to actually discuss things. I'm just given a topic and then I get to talk about it. And so, I don't know if that's something that you guys like, but from what I've seen so far, you guys seem to like these videos. So I'm going to go with this for a little bit longer. I'm coming up with some series soon, but I'd like to sit back for a minute. I've been kind of busy, and so these are really relaxing. So I'm hoping that I can, take a second and, have some fun with you guys. So here we go. Would you rather never be able to touch blue or never be able to touch red? That isn't really... Okay. That sounds like a really dumb question, but if I think about that, if I'm not able to touch red, then, well, okay, is that meaning am I not able to touch things that look red to me? I'm guessing that's what that means. Because, if I remember correctly, I learned a little bit about light from school and how light works. Things that appear red to us, or appear blue to us, aren't actually those colors. They just bounce those colors off of them, and then we perceive them as that. And so, maybe I'm thinking about this too hard. You know what? I'm gonna say I like apples, and apples are red, so I'm gonna say blue. Oh gosh, I think way too hard about these things sometimes. Would you rather teach history or teach math? I absolutely love history compared to math. I never liked math at all. And that's not to say that I wasn't decent at it, but there was so much complication with it, and there were so many tedious things that I had to go through, and I always found it so tedious. And so history was always amusing to me. So yeah, it feels like people agree with me there. Would you rather constantly have a 40-pound weight on your shoulders or constantly have a 10-pound weight on each of your feet? Well, actually, this isn't that difficult for me because I use ankle weights a lot, and my ankle weights usually are relatively close to that weight. And so that's not that bad for me. Then again, if I have a 40-pound weight on my shoulders, that means that that area is going to be really strong. And so if I'm already using ankle weights, then maybe just working out my shoulders. So, yeah. Would you rather be a centaur or be a mermaid/man? Well, if I'm a centaur, then I'm a lot bigger than I am now, and it would cause complications. But if I'm a mermaid or man, then that would mean that I have no feet, and I would assume, limited to water for movement, and that would be not favorable. If I think about this logically, there's no civilization in the just in the water that I could live in. I could live at a coastal city or something. But then again, the ocean is such a vast, expansive place, and to be able to see all of that would be so cool. Plus, I don't really think I'd like to have a horse body. I don't know. Honestly, you know what? I think I'll go with a mermaid or man, because I like that concept a lot better than being a centaur. Would you rather have your house burnt down by a fire-breathing dragon, or have your house blown down by the big bad wolf? Well, I would probably rather have it blown down by the big bad wolf, because if it's burnt down, then that implies that there's a fire, and a fire, along with a collapsing building, is a lot more dangerous than just a collapsing building. And also, a dragon is a lot harder to deal with than the big bad wolf. The big bad wolf, you could probably shoot, or you can probably deal with it some other way. A fire-breathing dragon, it would be a lot harder, I think, assuming that the dragon is decent sized. So I'm gonna go with the big bad wolf. Wow, people would rather have the dragon. That would also imply that dragons exist, and that would actually be pretty cool. Would you rather run someone over or be run over? Be run over. Why would I want to run someone over? Jeez. Would you rather have a drunk personal driver or have a thieving maid or nanny? Probably a thieving maid or nanny, because if I have a drunk personal driver, then that means my safety is being put in jeopardy. Whereas if I have a thieving maid or nanny, they're not hurting me, they're just stealing from me. So it's a lot less dangerous to deal with. Plus, I feel like it's a lot, well, it would be a lot easier to deal with a drunkard than a thief, because thieves are usually pretty cunning. But just for the sake of personal safety, I'd probably say the thieving maid or nanny. Yeah. Would you rather be able to name a new periodic table element or win a gold medal at the Olympics? Ooh, now that's difficult, because I used to be an athlete. I'm not really anymore, unless you consider esports. And even then, I'm not really, I don't do a whole lot with that, but I was on my college's esports team. But win a gold medal at the Olympics, that is such a magical experience. Just like to stand on the, like obviously I've never had it done before, but like you can kind of imagine whenever you see it on the TV. It looks like such a magical experience. Like standing on the podium, your national anthem playing in the background, you've got your flag in your hands, and you're like looking around at all of these people like cheering and applauding you. And on the other hand, the feeling of discovering something new is a lot of personal gain as well. That feels really cool as well. So the new periodic table element, the only complaint I would have about that is that I don't really know how influential this would be. It would certainly be more influential than winning a gold medal at the Olympics, but if I can be selfish for just a second, I would probably say win a gold medal at the Olympics just because of that magical feeling. And plus, I don't really have that desire to put my name on something that's discovered. I don't really have that immense explorative desire to be like, okay, I want to discover something and I want to name it after myself, or like, I want to be the one who figures out like something new and important. That would be cool, but I feel like I'm in it for the experience a bit more, and just the experience of having all of your work pay off in the Olympics in like an athletic setting, because it's certainly a lot of work to discover a new element. Like, don't get me wrong, science is hard. Science can get very hard, especially at like its highest levels. But I feel like for me personally, I've experienced the physical effort that goes into winning things athletically, and that feeling of achieving something with your own two hands after an immense physical struggle. It's something that's really nice and really magical for me. And while I'm not really an athlete anymore, I'd probably say I'd go with the Olympics. So sorry to all you science people out there. I have all the respect in the world. I could probably never do what you guys do, but yeah. Would you rather taste the same flavor of food or taste nothing ever again? Ow! I don't want either of those things. Okay, so if I break this down, if I taste the same flavor of food, then that just means that flavor is going to get old really fast. And I don't even know if it's going to be a flavor that I like or dislike. And honestly, even if it is one that I like, I'm going to get sick of it, and so I wouldn't like it anymore. Whereas if I taste nothing ever again, sure, I miss that wonderful feeling of taste. However, there are upsides to that. And plus there's a loophole, because a large percentage of taste is actually just from smell. And so I'm not losing my sense of smell, so I would assume that I could still smell things, which would be wonderful. So that wouldn't actually lose a whole lot by losing taste. However, what I also want to think about is if I taste nothing ever again, then that means that I don't taste things that I find repulsive. And so, while this can be good and bad because maybe there's something in the food that I like that's bad for me, and if I taste it, then I'll know. On the upside though, if I'm never able to taste anything ever again, then that means like I could eat whatever I want that's really healthy that I previously didn't like. Like, for example, I hate asparagus. Like, I know some people love it. I could never. My mother cooks it all the time, but I just can never bring myself to eat it because I find it so disgusting. But if I'm not able to taste it, then I could just eat as much asparagus as I want because it's good for me, and I mean, why wouldn't I? So, while it would be annoying to not be able to taste anything ever again, I could still probably smell it, and that kind of counters my own point of not being able to, eat things that I previously didn't like. But it would at least, maybe I could hold my nose or something, I don't really know how it works. But I'd probably say taste nothing ever again just because it would be less of a loss than tasting the same flavor of food, and also it would just be more beneficial to me because I could eat healthier things, assuming that I didn't like still smell things completely and get most of my taste from smell. So taste nothing ever again. Wow, a lot of people. Jeez, not many people agreeing with me here. All right, would you rather be the first person to walk on Mars via a one-way trip or never travel to space? That's difficult, actually, because being the first person to walk on Mars, I can only imagine, I cannot possibly comprehend what it would be like to make such a wonderful discovery. But the thing about that is that's a one-way trip. So by one-way trip, I assume it means I'm not coming back. And I simply just can't get over that. In my lifetime, the Earth is not going to be destroyed, I would assume. So there are things that I do not want to leave on the Earth. And to be honest, if I compare the magical feeling of being the first person to discover what it's like on Mars versus not doing that, but keeping all of the amenities I've come to know and love, as well as all of my friends, that's kind of important. I'd probably take life on Earth, to be honest. We don't take the best care of our planet, but it's still pretty nice. So, yeah, I can kind of put my space desires on hold there, mainly because I don't really have any. All right, would you rather give up Christmas or give up your birthday? I would rather give up Christmas. Now, get mad at me all you want, but Christmas and the birthday, they kind of mean the same thing to me. Other than like different irrelevant things such as like when they are during the year, but that's not really relevant considering the fact that it's not like I'm giving up I am giving up the holiday. It's not that I'm giving up the season that it is, so I can just do whatever with the season that I want to do anyway. But if I compare Christmas and my birthday, they both come down to like the giving of presents, the feeling of like togetherness. And that's not to say that I just don't want to give people presents on Christmas and I want to get presents on my birthday. I'm not trying to be selfish like that. What I'm trying to say is, if I'm giving Christmas, I would rather give up Christmas than my own birthday, just because my own birthday is a symbol to me personally of my friends that I've made. It's a time where just that rare instance, I usually don't like to do this, but it's that rare time where I allow myself to just kind of sit back and say, look at all of these wonderful friends I've made. And I really do have some wonderful friends, like all of the people that I've had on the show here, that have done videos with me. They're not used to YouTube. Like, I think out of every single person I've ever had on this show, the only person that's ever been on YouTube before is Nutritron. And even then, like, he hadn't done YouTube videos in years. And so all of those people, I don't bring them on the show just so I can like make a better show. I bring them on the show because I want to have fun with my friends. And if I compare Christmas and my birthday is more fun with my friends. Because for Christmas, you like have a get-together, you eat dinner together, you exchange presents, and that's kind of the gist of it. But on the birthday, you can plan all sorts of things. You're not like having all of these different traditional obligations that it seems like come with Christmas. And it's just such a personally enjoyable experience for me. So I would rather give up Christmas, to be completely honest, because I never want to ever give up that experience that I have with my wonderful friends that I have come to know and love. So, wow. You know, people are not agreeing with me today. Maybe I'm just like different philosophically from everyone, but I don't know. Oh my, what is this? Would I rather drive a bright red smart car or be spanked by Rosie O'Donnell every morning? Rosie O'Donnell. I feel like I should know who that is. Who is Rosie O'Donnell? Regardless of who Rosie O'Donnell is, I would probably rather have a car than be spanked, to be completely honest. Because if I have a car, I either drive the car and use it, or if I don't need it, I sell it. Or give it to someone else who needs it. But being spanked, that just hurts. So, well, I mean, I'm sure some people would find that sexy, but I don't know who Rosie O'Donnell is, and I'm not about to allow myself to get spanked over getting a free car, so I'd probably drive a car. Even if it makes me lose my own car and get that car, like, still, I'd rather have a car than be spanked. Would you rather be Lindsay Lohan or be Miley Cyrus? Okay, so these are two celebrities that I don't know as much as I should about, but I actually do know a tiny bit. If I remember correctly, Lindsay Lohan went to prison, and Miley Cyrus is rebellious at best. Gosh, that's... Geesh. I wouldn't really... No offense to either of them, but I wouldn't really want to be either of them. I don't know, Lindsay Lohan? Well, I don't know. Going to prison kind of puts that on your record for like forever. So I guess Miley Cyrus. Yeah, I guess people agree with me. I don't really like that one. Would you rather wear high heels or wear a dress? Okay, so here's where I have to make a small confession. I make Halloween bets with my friends very often, and I've been on a bit of a losing streak. I do not have pictures because they do not exist. I would not allow pictures to have been taken about this, so don't even ask. But I did lose once, and I did have to wear a maid outfit one day. So that was rough. But you know, to be honest, I'd still probably prefer that to wearing high heels, because high heels, like, oh my god, how do you walk in those things? Like, that's just impossible. I don't know how people who wear high heels ever do that, but it's just so impossible to me. So, plus I have like gargantuan, uneven feet, so that would just be a nightmare. So I'd probably say wear a dress, and it seems like people agree with me. I think that one was probably skewed by the amount of people who normally wear dresses. Would you rather be able to fly or be able to breathe underwater? I'd say breathe underwater, because being able to fly would be a wonderful feeling, but oh, that would be a wonderful feeling, wouldn't it? Now I'm thinking about it. It would be a better feeling to fly, but I feel like there would be so much more to discover underwater. There'd just be so much more you can see. Like, if you're able to fly, you can, like, go up and see the birds. You can go up and, like, have an aerial view of a lot of different landmarks. You can have a lot of experiences with that. Being able to breathe underwater, that would let you see a lot of cool things. But the thing I have to think about here is that atmospheric pressure is a bitch, to put it lightly. And so I'd probably be able to go higher. I'd probably be able to go higher than I would be able to go lower breathing underwater. Because atmospheric pressure, I took scuba diving classes. I could go get certified if I wanted to. But one thing I learned is that underwater, atmospheric pressure can kill you. Like, very easily it can kill you. And so, being able to breathe underwater, I wouldn't actually be able to go down that far. Like, by atmospheric pressure, I mean whenever you go to the pool and you like go to the deep end and you like have that competition with your friends, you're like, oh, who can go down to the bottom faster or whatever. And you go down to the bottom and you feel your ears like being pressed against. That's the atmospheric pressure. Like, that's the pressure that goes up as you go down in the water. And so I don't even know if atmospheric pressure is the term I should be using for that. But I say pressure. I say atmospheric pressure, meaning pressure in atmospheres. But as a unit. But anyways, so you can't actually go down that far underwater before it becomes painful. And I personally don't know how high you'd be able to fly, but having experienced like being up at high altitudes due to being in buildings and things, I would assume it's not nearly as bad because I haven't like had to use special equipment for going up like hundreds of feet up in the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, rather than having to go down like 20 feet underwater with scuba gear. So I'd probably say I'd rather be able to fly, just because the limitations would be less severe. So, would you rather be sick for the rest of your life or kill 2 puppies? Be sick for the rest of your life. I am not killing anything. Jeez. Would you rather play Firefight, Halo ODST, or play Horde, Gears of War? I mean, I never played Halo ODST, and I played Gears of War 3, so Horde. Man, I should have ended on the other good ones. Would I rather be an Olympic tennis player or an Olympic table tennis player? Probably tennis. I've played tennis before, and it's really fun. Would you rather be convicted as a corrupt politician or be convicted as a corrupt Fortune 500 CEO? I don't know what Fortune 500 is, so I have no idea what that is. I would rather, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd rather be a politician just because I know what that is. So I don't know. These aren't quite as good, but ooh, all right. This is good. This is a good one to end on, guys. Would you rather lose the ability to feel emotions or be physically paralyzed? Ow, that is rough. So I'll leave this one to you guys. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this one, what you would do. And also let me know what you think about this video, because I do love doing these, like I said before. But you know, if I were to give my opinion real quick on this one, if I am physically paralyzed, but I can still feel emotions, I feel like I'd be in a better spot than losing the ability to feel emotions. Because if I lose the ability to feel emotions, then A, I can't have all of those wonderful friends that I knew before, and also people would just feel bad for me, because like I'd just be like some husk walking around. And that's not to say people wouldn't feel bad about you if you're physically paralyzed, but like if you're physically paralyzed, at least you can like have that interaction with people that you need to like be functional as a human. And so I know I don't know the physical implications of being paralyzed. I don't fully comprehend what it's like to be paralyzed. But to me, my friends are some of the most precious things that I have ever owned. Or, well, my friendships are the most precious things I've ever owned. I don't own my friends. My friends do not answer to my orders. But my friends are some of the most precious things that I've ever, you know, come to know and love. And so losing the relationships that I have with them would just devastate me. And so I would have to say being physically paralyzed. So I would rather be physically paralyzed, and it looks like people don't agree with me. But let's see what you guys think. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Leave your thoughts and opinions. I will always read them, and I will always take them into account. And as always, I will see you guys next time on whatever else I may be playing.